This is a tutorial for Zero Encounter Final Descent Manip. It's based off of a finding that Ace Zephyr made in Bone Village, which allows you to manipulate the stone value, which is one of the game's RNG values that is called in order to determine how many fights you get when you are descending into the North Crater. So it starts here in Bone Village. I'll go through in depth how to do it and show you what you need to look for as you're testing this yourself. So first of all, you come here on disk 1 to excavate the lunar harp, and this text box needs to be closed on a specific in-game time second within every minute. The second values that you need are 3, 19, 35, and 51. Those are the four values within each minute of in-game time that you need to close this text box on. There's an opportunity to menu before you come into Bone Village anyway, so if you set up your menu correctly, you can minimize the amount of time loss this takes. But I'll show you here. So I know that this value now is going to lead me to stone value 49, and I'm highlighting it now in Cheat Engine. So 49 is the stone value you want at this point. That is because it leads to a block of 14, and it's highlighted in blue here on my other sheet. It's highlighted in blue here, 14 list values. That's the other RNG value the game uses to determine the final descent outcome. It leads to a block of 14 consecutive list values that all give you a zero encounter final descent. So now that we're in the correct stone, each of these list values will go up by 49. So the difference between these numbers is 49 each time. I believe there are 256 values that cycle through each RNG loop. And so now that you've done that on disk 1, you continue until disk 2. When you get to, I find my save, the observatory in Cosmo Canyon. Now, this observatory is kind of cool because we found that you can manipulate the list value this time. So I'll highlight it now in Cheat Engine, the list value to a specific number every time. It's very, very easy to do. List cycles through every 30 seconds. So the longest you would have to wait on this screen is 30 seconds, but it can be much nicer than that. The value that you're looking to manip is 154. And I'll show you how to do that. It's very easy. You run onto this screen, bonk, you look at this little wind dial, and when it stops, you count 3 rotations of the satellite dish. That's 2, and then the third one's coming now without the wind thing moving again. And when you enter, you'll be on list 154. I'll show you what that looks like with a different list value starting. So we will go to, I don't know, 80. I'm just picking a random number. And so look again at the wind dial. Moving when we enter the screen, wait for it to stop. Look at the satellite dish. 1, 2, and it moved again. The wind dial moved, so that's not correct. So we do it again. 1, 2, 3. And when it rotates 3 times without the wind dial moving again, you know that you're on value 154. So I'm highlighting it here. 154, 49. And that's very consistent. It's not a tight window either. The game stops for whatever reason on 300 frames on value 154, so it's not tight. With a bit of work, you can be very consistent there. Really easy to do. And so now looking at my other sheet, you see that I've highlighted value 154 in pink. Now I won't go through this all now, but basically, after you have done the Key to the Ancients bit with Bugenhagen in Coral Valley, when you leave, if you have good movement and good mashing, you'll be on around value 244. So I'm highlighting that there. 244 at the bottom in the second row from the bottom. Once you've done Hojo, you will be on value 200 or thereabouts. And at this point, I'll show you what happens when you get to North Crater. So here you can see that we're on value. I'll start that again because I wasn't quick to move. Second. Do save state. So here, you start on value 200. I think this demonstrates that it's not precise because I just missed the chest. You start on value 200 or thereabouts. White 49 for stone. I've turned off encounters here so you can just see what happens to the RNG. This screen is calling list value. So when you get off it, you should be on 156. I was a bit late, so I think we're probably at the top. So we're on 254, so we're two values later. But that's actually ideal because now I'll just show you why it's not precise. So you can move through these screens as normal. These ones don't affect your list value, so you can just go, oops, whatever you want. Get through here, get through here. Here I'll just quickly do the save crystal glitch for speed. Wood in the run. Left for Cloud, right for Barrett, right for Tifa, right for Red, left for Katesir, right for Sid, leave the screen. And here, list is live again, but you do your normal thing. Down, down. And again, you have to have pretty decent movement, not on this screen, but on the next two. But again, not precise, as I'll demonstrate, hopefully. See that my movement isn't particularly good on these screens. And hopefully when we leave this screen, we'll be on a value that's within the blue block. So 199 in Cheat Engine. 199 is here towards the end of the block because my movement wasn't good. But we're on value 199. It's in the blue block. So hopefully, when we come through here, I'll just fast forward the time. I don't need the guard source. When we go into Final Descent, should be, if this worked, on 0 encounters. There you have it.